Okay, it's broadcasting. Hello.
Okay,
Hello,
hello.
Philip. Hello.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Now no one is speaking. Philip's got ahead. That's awesome. So, Philip, do you want to tell us about Einhorn's challenge? Maybe briefly what Einhorn is about? And yeah, quickly.
This is bad. There is actually no unicorn in this Google selection, so I will go for cat. So Einhorn is a condom company. We want to make a fair and sustainable condom. You can all watch this in the crowdfunding video we produced. At least that's what Vicky suggested. Our biggest challenge at the moment is that our crowdfunding is still running for 50 days, but we need more visitors on the crowdfunding page. We pretty much know that every visitor spends around €1.30 when visiting the page. But we need just more traffic on the site. So the more traffic we get, the more we can raise to make fair condoms.
Sorry, what platform are you using for the crowdfunding right now?
It's a German platform. You can also reach it from outside Germany. Startnext.com.
But you're looking for a global reach. So is that a sort of a restriction limitation that many people don't even know this platform, or?
No, I don't think so, because yeah, definitely. Crowdfunding is not the biggest thing in Germany, but it's getting there. We had 50,000 visitors now, or 60,000,
Okay.
and we raised €90,000. So we have quite some reach, but it's not enough. There could be 300,000 visitors on the page, actually.
And do you know of any similar organizations or crowdfunding campaigns that have reached their target and have had a good amount of traffic? And therefore we can figure out what the gap might be in your campaign versus someone else who might have done something similar?
Yeah, of course there is campaigns that were very successful on Kickstarter, but that's a different thing, because Kickstarter is known everywhere, and it's a US platform, so you have a lot more.
Kickstarter, of course,
in Germany,
yeah.
There is not really a comparable crowdfunding to ours. So ours is actually very, very successful, but we think there should be a lot more going on, because we had just 50,000 visitors, and coming from the internet, we think that's really not so much.
Right. And is the campaign in German, or both English and German, or yeah?
It's in English and German.
Okay.
And also the YouTube video, it's in German, but it has subtitles.
Right. Okay. So it can have, yeah, it has a wider reach in terms of audience. Okay.
Yeah, we were like not on BuzzFeed, but we were on Upworthy, for example, and on quite some blogs. So we had a lot of media reach.
Right.
Yeah.
So then, are you looking through this brainstorming session, the holdups, for more ideas how to, like, in terms of the returns that you would give to your donors, or is it more just to try and get first the people on the platform itself?
What the goal is really to get more people on the platform. Yes.
Right.
Because they convert very well.
And what are some of the things that you've already done to try and get this going, so that we are not wasting time trying to think of the same ideas that have already been implemented and tried?
So we got a lot of media attention, and that worked really well. So we were on TV, in many newspapers and magazines, so a very widespread media attention, but it didn't convert that well. So like our press contact, they say we reached like 80 million people with the media thing, but of course they always make up like very, very high numbers. But even if only like 5 million, the conversion would be really, really low. So from the media to the actual site, it's very low conversion.
Okay. And what about other social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, of course, Facebook, things like that? Have you have had a presence there?
Yes, we are present there, but there's a lot of things we can do, because at the moment it's only Waldemar, me, and a graphic designer and our art director. So we don't really have that much capacity to really play all those social media tools all the time.
Right. Okay.
So
I mean, in my experience, what generally works better
Instagram.
for people is some of these social media platforms. So yeah, the word gets out much faster to a larger audience, and yeah.
I think so, yes.
Yeah, so perhaps Philip, you want to talk a little bit about the brand image of Einhorn, of like
Okay.
your identity in a sense, to put a framework?
So Einhorn is a German word. It stands for unicorn, and the horn, the actual horn of the Einhorn, can heal all the sicknesses in the world. An Einhorn can only be caught by a virgin, and that's not a story I made up. It's a story Leonardo da Vinci actually wrote about the unicorn. Our brand identity is based on being very, very positive with everything. So we don't want to be against anything. We want to be for something. So if somebody says, but you must be against sicknesses, we would always say, well, yes, of course, everybody's against sicknesses, but we would be for preventing them and having safe sex.
Right.
So that's like our approach, to be very positive with everything. We have. I can show you. Actually, I can show you our product. Because we wrap the bags in a very different way. We wrap them like chips. Okay.
So that's one condom in one pack, or there are more than one?
There are 7 condoms in one bag.
7. Okay.
Can you see that? Yes.
Okay.
And on the back,
So, but,
we wrote everything like it's chips. You see?
I see. Okay.
Like nutrition facts. It says how many calories you burn when you have 30 minutes of wild sex and that kind of stuff. So we're a bit
and
funny.
is it already in the market? Is it available for users to actually get it?
No, and that's, I mean, that's of course a thing with the crowdfunding. You buy something that you don't know nothing about, and you buy it in advance, and you pay in advance, and you get the product in 2 months. So our product will be ready for shipping in 1 month, and then it will be shipped in a container ship. So it will take like around 2 months until people get their hands on the product actually.
I see. Okay.
Yes, our claim is make magic happen. Of course,
okay. And what does that represent?
Community. So make sense community, make magic happen. Because I think what could really help with social media, if you get on our Facebook page, if everybody from Make Sense only shares our video, we would we could go viral in 10 minutes because you're so. Maybe there's an idea to produce another video that is funnier. I don't know.
Well, yeah, good option. Yeah.
Yeah, we have
this video that you guys have done.
We have like outtakes and the main video, and it's pretty funny.
Okay. And the video you guys have done is in-house. You've done it yourself, and I'm guessing it's animated and.
It's animated, and we have we had a professional filmmaker, and a place in Malaysia, and we're wearing unicorn costumes, and we are blowing up condoms with our noses, and we're
fun and wacky and
chopping rubber, and it's very crazy.
And how long is the video?
5 minutes.
See, I think there might be a problem with that. See, just yesterday I was in a discussion with a professional video maker, and they've done a lot of work for a lot of big organizations, and they suggest that video should never be longer than 2 to 3 minutes. That's when
for crowdfunding that is different. We analyze the videos of the most successful crowdfunding campaigns. So we looked at all the videos from Kickstarter and the German pages that were really successful, and they are all between 4 and 5 minutes. Because for example, this bee project Hive, they have a video it's 6 minutes long. That's fine because you get over a lot of attention. What's true is if you don't get people in the first 10 seconds of the video, they will just go away.
Yeah.
We used a little trick for you. You can actually look at it in the video yourself. After 10 seconds, you will not stop watching the video because it's too weird.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's best if I actually look at it and then see what the content is. Yeah. Okay, sounds good. I'm just a feedback that I received from someone yesterday. In fact, yeah.
That's what we need. Feedback is all we need.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, here in Mumbai, we're happy to do like a hold up for you. You know, get a range of people from diverse backgrounds to see. I mean, people have wild ideas, which may or may not work, but of course, yeah. So
I think, I mean, what's also an idea, so just a suggestion of whether you want to, you know, after having looked at the challenge and like really understood it, if you perhaps want to take a specific twist on it, if you say, you know, we will focus the challenge only on social media or only on something else, because like the hold up we did in Berlin was general, you know, like just in general how to get more clicks. But that could be anything, right? So people came up with offline stuff as well. So that was an idea I had. If we have several hold-ups, that in each place they kind of
can take like a specific. Okay. So Vicky, in the Berlin hold-up that you already had, where were people more leaning towards? Like online, offline? Like most of the ideas were coming for what platforms? Or like
it was like what Vicky said is very important. I think you should try to focus that there's only like 45 days left of the campaign, and we want to bring more money into the campaign right now. So if we want to do something, it needs to be an idea or like a tool that you can use. And you say it takes 3 days to put it on, and then it's going to work, or it's not going to work. But that's the only options, because there were like ideas to program a game for and make like an app, and that's a really cool idea for the future, and we will definitely do that. But to raise more money for the campaign, it doesn't make any sense.
Right. Yeah, I mean, some of that has to be realistic as well, given the time constraint and things like that. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the biggest problem during the hold up in Berlin was that it was like people, although we tried to push people in that direction, they weren't concrete enough. That's always the challenge. I mean, you probably know it from other hold-ups as well.
Yeah.
That, you know, they say like, you know, come up with a great idea, and then the idea is, yeah, we need a viral video, you know, but not actually, you know, designed like. That's, I think with this particular challenge, it's really difficult because also in our hold-up we still had it quite broad, so you can come up with any idea. Perhaps that helps if you focus on one aspect of generating more clicks.
Right. So yeah, cool. So I don't know how many other hotspots are doing a thing. If we could all decide amongst ourselves, like I'll focus on this, you focus on that, that may make it more productive rather than we all overlapping on similar stuff.
Yeah, and an idea would be perhaps to have one hotspot actually focusing on something like Philip said, like how can we use, you know, our resources that make sense to boost it as well.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
Do you have any more questions about maybe in terms of, did you explain enough, Philip, on what you already did? So you mentioned press, you mentioned a little bit of social media.
Yeah.
What else? Like,
yeah,
you also did some offline stuff.
There, but I obviously have to look at the website and the FB page and the actual video. And once I look at all that, but yeah, I do obviously understand what the challenge is and what he really needs, you know, from the hold up. So.
Yeah, and Philip, maybe you want to tell us what kind of offline stuff you did, because you did do some stuff, right? Maybe some like short stories.
Yes, offline stuff. Did we do offline stuff? Yes, we gave like some talks and stuff, and also like we were on TV. That's offline.
Okay.
And in newspapers and in magazines. Yeah, what we're planning to do is maybe like really something like going on the subway, going into the subway station and just give out flyers. I mean, that's really very, very offline, but it could work. It's a very crowded place.
So when you say going to the subway, you're not in a position to actually hand out your condoms as well for free?
No, because we don't have them yet.
Okay.
I think partnerships is also one interesting aspect, because if we're thinking of the scaling aspect, right, that's something where offline could work.
So partnership is definitely something that works, and we get a lot of requests. Like we're working with 2 cinema movies now, but they will be shot now, so they will be out in like 6 to 12 months, and they will feature the condom, and then it will be a great press release, and this will be a lot of fun. But cooperations always take a lot of time, so if you want to cooperate with someone, you need to find out who do I want to cooperate with, what do they need from me, what's actually in it for them, how does it make any sense. And
yeah, I mean, there has to be that right fit as well.
You don't have time for that.
You have a certain philosophy, and the philosophy of the other organization needs to fit with you as well.
Yes, and then it will always take time to match this, and so it's a pretty complicated thing to accomplish in such a short amount of time. So I would pretty much say let's focus on online, because if there
I would think so as well. Yeah.
I think if you take Tumblr, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook and YouTube, and you can say, okay, how can we, and maybe Reddit and something crazy, and you say, how can we spread the word with this?
Yeah.
This would be a good strategy.
No, I agree. I mean, since the campaign is already live, and yeah, okay. And online, what it does is, because the link is already there, so you just, all it takes is while you're looking at it, you just click. So yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Whereas offline, you still have to come home and remember to do it and log in and all of that.
And often it always takes longer to actually get out there. If you put something online, it's out there right now. If you do something offline, you need to print it or something. There's always so many steps in between there.
Yeah.
I still believe, though, that the aspect of partnerships, which might as well be online, is not too. I don't know, if you have one holdup focusing on partnerships, like really, designing a whole package.
There's people partnerships with a big hotel chain, and they say we want to pre-order 20,000 packs with our own logo. This would be fantastic. Like going to B2B sales or something. Those corporations can be really, really good. That you say, okay, just buy a very big amount. So you only need one visitor, but they will bring a lot of money.
And it will take some time for you to do that concept. So, but if you have a whole package ready, that kind of takes into consideration the different aspects that need to be in the package to propose a partnership, that could be something you need.
Yeah.
Or also just co-promotion with a product, again, that is related to sexual activity. You could do some sort of co-promotions as well.
Yes.
Okay, so Amit, if you don't have any more questions for now, I think that also provided quite a good overview for the people who will be watching this video. I suggest that I'm going to post a link to the document that I already put here, where people can still ask questions and Philip can answer there, or like through the Facebook event. Yeah, and then I was thinking if we should have a hashtag for those holdups.
Okay, yeah. If you want to create one and let us know, we'll use the same one then.
Yeah, perhaps EinhornMakesSense or something.
Okay.
And then maybe make magic happen, so like the hashtag that Einhorn is using anyways. Philip, what do you think?
Yes, that's great.
Yeah, and then I was also thinking if we can, I mean, it depends on how many people join eventually, to do some kind of incentive, to say like the best, like the coolest solution, I don't know, they make a short video of it or whatever, and they will get a free ticket to the Sense Cap in Berlin if they're coming or something like that.
Well, it won't really work for people here because they still have to buy the plane tickets to get there.
They probably won't come, yeah.
Yeah, so those kind of incentives will not work for people here, but yeah, I mean, it's a good suggestion, of course.
Philip, do you have another idea of how to, create a bit more buzz?
If there's something that really doubles the campaign again or something, we can, of course, pay for plane tickets. We will, like, if the Make Sense team makes this happen, this is no problem.
Okay, that's good to know.
But I mean, we need to see it in the numbers, of course, that you did it. But if you say we need to do this, and we do this, and the campaign gets 100,000 clicks and makes 30,000 euros, we will pay you a plane ticket.
Okay,
cool.
Oh, Vicky, we're so bad at lip reading.
No. I think this would be a really cool incentive, and if you really, you put it out there saying like, like we're gonna, if the numbers really converge, blah blah blah, because it really gets people to think much more realistically, and maybe you even do the maths behind things that they say, etc.
Okay.
Could be cool. Okay.
All right then. Yeah.
So at least we can always do condoms.
Yeah. True. Okay.
Like 1 year supply of condom or something.
1 year supply of condoms is fine.
Yeah.